I was a child, I first fell in love with art. When I was a baby, practically, before I knew anything else, I really wanted to draw and did so with ballpoint pens and etc. on the wall. I'd say the things that influenced me and inspired me the most were probably Charles Schulz and Heckle and Jekyll, and in the fine arts, there was an artist named Bruegel who did a lot of medieval country scenes with a lot of people running around. And Chinese watercolors, I would try to do those too. And there was a German cartoonist named Wilhelm Busch who did a book called Max and Moritz that I found at the library, and I borrowed that as many times as I could too. A lot of different things. And also my mother bought me a book at that time called Walt Disney, The Art of Animation, which I found fascinating, not because I was such a big fan of Disney, but because it just, showed some sort of process and the people who did it. My first professional gig in New York was at Harvey Comics. I wrote 3 Richie Rich scripts. It was just my habit to, actually, even during high school, to get names of places and set up appointments and visit them in New York. I ended up working for Deke because of Kent Butterworth, the producer and director of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. My first animation job after moving to L.A. was on a feature called Cool World by Ralph Bakshi, and Kent Butterworth was one of the directors on that. And after that was over, he called me up about working on storyboards for this show, Sonic the Hedgehog. I had known of the character, and in fact was called up by Archie Comics a short while before when they were planning their Sonic the Hedgehog comic book. The editor saw Sonic as kind of a Felix the Cat type, and that's what he wanted to work the comic book out as. But Sega and or Archie saw my style as being too animated and nixed the idea.
It will take all my vile and wicked genius to create the perfect robots to capture that hedgehog. I'll make them strong, fearless, ferocious, supremely rotten like me.
There are 2 different approaches for the storyboard artist, what they get in the beginning. They can either receive an outline of about 3 to 4 paragraphs. This is a lot looser process because the storyboard person reads that outline and is free to conceive his own business, to flesh the outline out and to conceive, possible dialogue. The other process is to get a written script of maybe, say, 16 pages for half a show. And it, depending on how free the storyboard artist is, he can either make up business or he may have to stick directly to what is on the written script. In Sonic, we were allowed to improvise quite a bit. So I read it all the way through, and with my notes, I do roughs. I have storyboard sheets with maybe about 20 boxes on each, and I do thumbnail sketches of what's going to happen very quick. And then I may do some juggling around. I may decide action is not going to work and cut it out, or I may decide to put something in there that wasn't there before. And once I've got that down to something I like, then I'm ready to start on what is the official storyboard paper that they print for me, and do the finished work, the finished drawings, pencil drawings, to tell the story that I've been given. A lot of things have to be decided by the artist because a scene may be too complex. You may get a shot in the script where it says 1,000 angry railway workers make their way towards the Eskimo village, and you have to decide how to be able to tell that story and yet keep that within the budget. So it's my turn to decide what is going to be fun and what is going to be action. Robotnik is like to me, the perfect image of self-love. Not perfect. He's imperfect. He just full-blown belief in himself. He actually is extremely excited by the fact that he exists. And the fact that others do not feel the same way simply spurs him on to greater heights of villainy. He's jealous of the Hedgehog. Why should he get the applause? Give it to Robotnik. And he really believes in his own romantic self, and I don't know if I'm getting too adult here, but his own sexiness. Yeah, animation's sexiest fat man. Yeah, it was something that I put on the model charts when I was designing him, and it was something that everybody who worked on the show kind of picked up on. After a little while, the writers started putting in stuff with him, putting on these weird outfits and whatnot. I mean, they realized how much mileage that would get. And also the attention I gave to Robotnik's butt in these storyboards was something that I wasn't sure if I would get away with, but everybody really dug it. I was told to make him funny. And one part of it is by seeing the obvious points of the character and thinking to myself, how can I play this up for laughs? How can I make it more ridiculous? How can it show more of what he's feeling, the kind of person he is, exaggerating the mustache, exaggerating his bulk, and shortening the legs, and giving him a bigger eye space so he'll be more expressive. You got to understand this was like only my second job in animation, and my first job actually doing storyboards, entire storyboards, and seeing them in the room where they would we would view the videos. And to me, it was just a thrill coming up with these, crazy ideas, going as far as I can, and then seeing them animated. My advice for aspiring artists, which I have given before, is not to use cartooning as an escape from reality. A cartoonist has to look at reality harder than the average person and draw out the humor from it, satirize it, get even, whatever, but look at it, live it.